Hello students, very good morning to all of you. Today I am going to explain you the very first chapter of your Vistas, that is the third level, written by Jack Finney, an author who was born on October 2nd, 1911 in USA. And his best known works are science fiction and thrillers, including The Body Snatchers and Time and Again. So, in this chapter, the author talks of the harsh realities of war. He says that wars have irreversible consequences, leaving people in a state of insecurity. It is also about modern day problems and how common man tends to escape realities by various means. In this story, a man named Charlie hallucinates or he sees the dream with the open eyes, as according to the author, he just wants to escape from the reality, the present is the situation, and reaches the third level of the Grand Central Station, which only has two levels. So this story has three main characters, that is Charlie, the protagonist of the story, who is a 31-year-old man. Second is Sam Wiener, who is a psychiatrist friend of the narrator Charlie. And third is Louisa, who is Charlie's wife. So this story revolves around a 31-year-old man named Charlie, who experienced something weird one day. After work, coming from subway, he reached the third level of the Grand Central Station, which actually doesn't exist. Then he reminisces or he discusses whatever he had experienced with his psychiatrist friend Sam. Charlie thought he experienced time travel and had reached somewhere in 1890s, which is a time before the world saw two most of its deadliest wars. And as soon as he realized what time he is in, he immediately decided to buy two tickets to Galesburg, Illinois, one for himself and other for his wife. But unfortunately, the currency used in that century was different. Thus, the next day he withdrew all his savings and got them converted, even if it meant bearing losses. And he went looking for the third level, but he failed to find it. So now we are going to read the story. I'll read the chapter. I'll read each line of the chapter and I'm going to explain it. So the story begins with this note: the president of the New York Central and the New York, New Haven and Hartford railroads will swear on a stack of timetables that there are only two. So here the narrator Charlie begins with it that he has already experienced or he had already been to the third level, and he is saying that he too believes that it was not true and he was mad. So before telling this to others, he decided to discuss it with his psychiatrist friend. And he's saying in the first three lines, he's saying that if he would tell the heads of all these three central stations in New York, the head of all these railroads, they will swear on a stack of timetables. That is, they would swear on the stack or a heap of timetables. It is just a twist of the main idiom, that is the swear on a stack of Bibles. As we say in India that मैं गीता की कसम खाकर कहता हूँ. So in the same manner in America they say they swear on a stack of Bibles. But here the author has given a slight twist to this idiom and has said that if he would reveal this or if he would tell this to anybody, then the presidents of the head of all these three railroads will swear on a heap of timetables of all the trains. The timetables are the time of the arrival and departure of all the trains. That all the heap of those timetables, they will swear that there are only two. And then further he says but I say there are 3. But the narrator Charlie says that he had experienced and he had been to the 3rd level, so he will say that he had been to the 3 because I've been on the 3rd level, and he, as he had been on the 3rd level of the Grand Central Station, which actually does not exist. So we'll see whether it is an imagination or it is or a reality. Yes, I have taken the obvious step. So he is saying, what is the obvious step? That he has taken the right step, that he decided to first discuss it with his psychiatrist friend Sam, and he told about his visit at the 3rd level. He said, I told him about the 3rd level at the Grand Central Station, and he said it was a waking dream wish fulfillment, and he said that it cannot be true, and it is sure that he has seen a dream, an involuntary dream with the open eyes, and he is calling it as a waking dream wish fulfillment, that when a person sees a dream, when the person is awake and or in a state of when the person is awake and he sees a dream and that dream comes true, then it is called as a waking dream wish fulfillment. So here the psychiatrist friend of Charlie is saying that most probably that he was seeing or he was hallucinating. He was seeing a dream with the open eyes, and his wish or whatever he saw in the dream had come true, and he felt that or whatever he had seen in the dream had come true. So further he said I was unhappy, and he said that this happened just because he was unhappy. That made my wife kind of mad. So the word unhappy, as the psychiatrist friend said that he was unhappy, this made his wife very angry, and as she thought that he was unhappy with her. But his friend explained that he meant the modern world is full of insecurity. But he clarified himself and he said that it is not that he was unhappy with her, but he was unhappy with the present world, which is full of worries, anxiety, or insecurity. It may be the insecurity of the jobs or anything else. Then he further says, and that I just want to escape. And he says that just because he wants to escape the present day situation or present day, the harsh realities of the present day, he had seen or he hallucinated. Well, who doesn't? Then he says that everybody in this world want to escape from this, the world which is full of depression. Well, who doesn't? Everybody I know wants to escape, but they don't wander down into any 3rd level at the Grand Central Station. So he says that everybody wants to escape, but it is not that they walk aimlessly down into the 3rd level at the Grand Central Station, which actually does not exist. Then further in the next paragraph he says, but that's the reason, he said, and my friends all agree. Everything points to it, they claimed. My stamp collecting, for example, that's a temporary refuge. So here in these lines, the author or the narrator wants to say that he starts explaining, or he begins to believe in the possibility that he has been experiencing all this to escape the harsh realities of the modern world. And his friends also agreed to it. And they say that his stamp collecting is a sort of asylum he resorts to in order to feel protected. On the other hand, he starts thinking otherwise. He says, well, maybe my grandfather didn't need any refuge from reality. Things were pretty nice and peaceful. In his day, from all I hear, and he started my collection. It's a nice collection too. Blocks of 4 of practically every US issue, first day covers, and so on. President Roosevelt collected stamps too, you know. So now in these lines he is saying that, okay, if you say that it is a refuge, that I just want to take a refuge from the reality, then he says that he does not agree to it because his grandfather also who started the stamp collecting, and he inherited from him. He did not need any kind of refuge from reality, as he was living in that era which was very peaceful and which had not experienced the consequences of war. And he further says that the collection that he made was very amazing, with blocks of 4 of practically every US issue. That is, that in those days, or the people who collect stamps, they are mad, and what they do, that the day on which the stamps are issued, they used to purchase those stamps, the 4 stamps, and they used to paste it on the envelope and used to post that envelope with a blank letter inside it, so that it could bear the date and year of that of the day of issue of this stamp, and then which is called as the first day covers. And further he says that President Roosevelt collected stamps too, so to clarify further, he says that President Roosevelt also collected stamps. It was a hobby of President Roosevelt to collect stamps. That doesn't mean that he also